Hi guys, welcome to week 4 Sociology 100 class. This is Professor Andrea Proctor, and right now I'll just be talking about some of the learning objectives that we'll be going over this week for week 4. Alright, so in week 4, some of the objectives, we're going to try to understand that. We're going to try to understand that over the course of history, our society has gradually become more reliant on large formal organizations. Also in this week, we're going to uh, apply research about group conformalities to familiar events in everyday life, analyze the growing concern about personal privacy in our modern society, evaluate the benefits and challenges of living in a highly rational society, create a greater ability to live effectively and more happily within a world of large formal organizations, understand how sexuality involves biology, but it's also a creation of our society. Apply sociology's major theoretical approaches to the topics of sexuality. Analyze why humans are the only living species that recognize that incest is taboo. Evaluate controversial issues such as teen pregnancy, pornography, prostitution, and hooking up on campus, and create a more complex and critical appreciation for many of connections between sexuality and society. So one of the DQs that I wanted to go over and I wanted to discuss with you before we end today's lecture, when we talk about the claims that we have the McDonaldization of society. All right, what do you think is meant by this? And can you give evidence of that phenomenon? So McDonaldization, in another way, essentially describes globalization and how we've essentially McDonaldized much of the world. Where think of the fast food chain McDonald's, how they go into different countries, and perhaps they're very popular because they're American, and that's what other countries' perception of American is. McDonald's, fast food, all right. But for a real American, they know that McDonald's is subpar kind of food, and it's not necessarily the best food. But the idea that America goes in and we give other cultures the idea of a culture of what is perceived to be normal, right? So McDonaldization of society, where we can kind of go in and globalize all of society based on the westernized approach to things. Okay, or you see Starbucks now in almost every country. You can always find a Starbucks cafe, and that's also another example of McDonaldization of society. And previously I had mentioned in last week's lecture about how media has transcended, and now media is it's a way to essentially globalize as well, because other cultures view our media, westernized media, as truth or our reality, when it might not necessarily be. All right, there you go. There you have it. There's a lesson for week 4. If you have any other questions or concerns, just email me at aproctor@iu.la. Thank you.